Hi Sagis, how are you guys doing? Welcome to Sagittarius Tarot and another daily reading. How exciting! Today we are the 13th of March 2024. Let's calculate the number for that. 13 plus 3 plus 2024. If you reduce them, eventually you get a number 6. And number 6 is my life path number, which I love. And number 6 is usually a number associated with caring for other people and nurturing and coaching and teaching and all of the things that we do to be of service to others. And that is why essentially it holds an energy of really having a lot of depth of emotion towards others, because you gotta be compassionate enough and empathic enough and caring enough to to offer that love to other people. So really, it holds the energy today of, having a depth of emotions towards them. And so that means that you gotta have a lot of patience whenever someone tries your patience. You gotta have a lot of composure whenever you're put in difficult situations. You gotta accept that you cannot control other people. You gotta accept that you cannot help those who don't want your help. You gotta accept that also some people do need your help, or maybe they're too shy to ask. Anything that goes along the territory of helping others or listening to them and feeling with them, whether this is by feeling sympathy towards them or feeling empathy towards them or feeling compassionate toward them. There's nuances there. But you understand a little bit what is today all about. Mainly it is all about love, right? It is loving others. And yeah, remember when it comes to energy, because love is an energy that is shared between two parties or between you and a group of people, and that whatever you give out, right? You give out what you most want to come back, because energy is always interchanging. So whatever is the most thing that you want, you give it out and then you get it back. And that is why in our day-to-day readings, it's a good, this is a good sentence for us to remember the type of feeling or energy that we're giving. Because let's say if someone, I don't know, plays on your nerves, then you get angry, and so what you're giving out is anger. And once you remember, is this what I want? Because if this isn't what I want, when I give out anger, I'm gonna get back anger, right? And so this is just sort of being aware of the feelings and emotions that you share, and it's a good reminder for you, to remember that sometimes it's better to take the high road or to anyhow adjust course regardless of how it is, right? Because what you give out, you give out what you most want to come back. And so as I was contemplating on today's energy, again with the angels, another angels appeared. I mean, come on, angels, get alive. You keep showing up. Well, today's angel looked a little bit more angry, right? Yesterday's angel was all about soaring high, getting into dimension. It was fueled, by silence, and it was fueled with a lot of lacking of emotion. No, today's angel was holding a spear, was holding a shield, and it was all about shielding yourself and protecting yourself against harsh energy thrown at you, fear-based energy thrown at you, things that are thrown at you. And like I said, it is not, at the end of the day, you cannot control what people go through, or you can try to understand where they come from or why they do the things they do. And whether you understand that or not, you can adjust your attitude. You can never, decide what they're gonna do or control what they're gonna do. All you can control is your attitude towards it. And that is why I feel that today, this is an important message of protecting yourself, protecting your inner peace, protecting your sanity, protecting your energy too. Because if you allow people at some point to really drag you down the gutter, you're gonna start reverberating that gutter, and then you're gonna add more gutter to your life. And we're not gutter people, so let them play down the shitty mud, like alone. And yeah, protect yourself. And so the affirmation we're going to be using today, that you're going to find in the community tab, it is protective light surrounds my entire body. And really the word light can mean protective love surrounds my entire body, protective energy surrounds my entire body, whatever it is. It's sort of like imagining that there's like a film of something, of energy between you and other people's energy. In order for you not to get like, for them not to rub too much on you. Whenever there's like, cartilage or something in the middle, you can always, experience that energy without it rubbing on you. And so that's what we're trying to accomplish here. I understand you're angry. Maybe you got to me and I got a little bit angry, but then I reminded myself, this is not what I most want to come back to me. So I change that feeling, right? You got me lazy, you are lazy. You got me frustrated because you're frustrated. You made me sad because you're sad. You made me whatever it is, right? Whatever it is. And so even this could like be also like when we're talking about also like very good frequencies. Maybe someone is like, I don't know, seeing things in rose-colored glasses. Maybe they're happy. Maybe they're too, lounging, whatever. And maybe you can't afford that. Like, you gotta keep your focus. You gotta stay laser focused. You gotta accomplish. You gotta produce. You know what I'm saying, right? So mainly today is really about, fine-tuning your relationships, understanding what love is all about, and elevating thanks to all these experiences. And I love it so much. While I'm shuffling the cards, by the way, I want to share with you the first card that I picked prior to this reading as I was shuffling the other decks, to talk a little bit to you about also the energy. And so for me, the Ten of Cups is like, it represents, right, like happiness, like an ideal situation, right, an idealistic type of situation where the parents, the children here, you see them, they're like jumping around, they're happy. There's these 10 cups out there. And so for me, this represents like happiness in your family. And whether you are providing that happiness thanks to the outpouring love that you are sharing with them and giving out, whether this is like them having news and then sharing it with you, whatever it is, whatever this is like happening, or whether it has the potential for you to create happiness in your family. I see you like able to do that, or wanting to do that, or at least, heading there. Okay. But remember with this, like they are on the ground, but if you look at the cups, they are up in the sky. And so this is just to describe for you that this is a state of mind, right? That's why it's idyllic. Like, sometimes maybe, right? Maybe shit is hitting the fan and there's so much like effed up things going along in real life here. But in your mind, that doesn't mean that you're in denial, but like you decide to, feel the things you feel. You decide to think the thoughts that you can be very like selective in what you want your experience on earth to be. So regardless of how things feel, maybe you are feeling on the clouds and that everything is amazing, right? Beautiful. And I picked out another card with this to illustrate today's energy, which was the Lover's card in reverse from the Deviant Moon Tarot deck. And so this card talks about a division between two partnership, or between relationship, or between love energy. Because as much as love energy can sometimes unite and merge, sometimes it can divide, right? And the way I see it is, the way I'm interpreting this, for me, that's like a necessary division in order to provide and create the right environment for you to experience this amazing energy of being fulfilled and feeling like you're content. So it's like a necessary evil sort of thing. And so maybe this is talking about you setting boundaries for someone. Maybe this is talking about people like draining your energy a lot or asking a lot of you, and then you need to love yourself first. So you gotta like, divide a little bit in order for you to be able to reach that state. Maybe this is talking about maybe like your love energy has become like lopsided, like maybe you're giving way too much to one individual or one group or one aspect of your life. This could be towards your career, towards your friends, towards your lovers, towards anything, right? And some other part is suffering, so division is needed. And so yeah, because if you look at their embrace, whenever it is not in the reverse, like it is a complete merger, as if they're trying to become one. And yeah, and as much as this is tempting, this is illustrated with the snake that is biting off his leg, like putting them in that trance. It is very important for you to remember that you're in any interaction, right? This is not just about you and your lover. This could be about anyone. But this is important, like, for you to remember that, you know, you are two individuals with two different needs, with two different wants. So in any loving relationship, whether it's a business, whether it's friendship, whether it's family, whether it's romantic, whatever it is, remember that today, you know, some distance can go a long way, and it will help you to keep things sustainable and happy, right? And that's why today's love energy is leaning towards the vision. Very nice. Now that we shuffled all these cards, I'm going to be announcing the exciting reading that we're going to be doing today. I'm going to remove these two cards now, put them back here, and talk to you about today's reading. Today's reading, since I got also the download of another angel that was like the anger angel, and that was ready to protect you or protect yourself and bitch slap anyone who tries to cross you, I encourage that. Like an energetic bitch slap, of course, not physical violence. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. And so I'm going to be doing for you a similar reading. It's called a linear reading, like a timeline reading that we did yesterday. But the difference is yesterday it was more of a timeline when it comes to time. So we did, like, you know, past, present, future, last week, this week, next week, last month, this month, next month, last year, next, you know, last decade, decades, lifetime, all of that. Today we're gonna still be doing like a linear type of reading. So from each deck that I chose for you, I'm going to be picking up 3 cards that represents the past energy, like what you acquired from it so far and what you experienced, the current energy right now that you're experiencing, and the future energy. But the difference is I'm going to be working with each deck to cover one area of your life. So the Voyager Tarot will be looking at past, present, future of your destiny or fated energy around you, things you cannot control. The Rider-Waite Tarot deck here, we're going to use it to look at the past, present, future when it comes to your love energy. So that talks about your relationships with coworkers, with family, with lovers, with friends, all of your relationships, all the love energy that you carry your emotions through. Then we're going to use the, what is that one? That one is the Psychic Tarot deck, and to look at thoughts, your thoughts and your mind energy, past, present, and future. What you're thinking, what's going on in that head of yours. Then we're going to look at using the Deviant Moon Tarot deck at wealth. That means money, career, finance, success, properties, all of that, right? Past, present, future, security, stability. And last but not least, we're going to be using the Good Tarot in order to look at the past, present, future of energy and health, like your energy overall, your sexual energy, your creative energy, your health, your body, all of that. Okay? So without further ado, let us begin. Ooh, it's gonna be packed. Already we're like at 30 minutes. Crazy. All right, let's start. First, we're gonna look at the destiny. What was going on? What's going on? What will be going on? Remember, this is like the universal energy around you, right? This could be circumstances, things, people, anything, weather, politics, whatever it is, right? Things you cannot control that you are to be experiencing. First, let's look at what you have been experiencing so far when it comes to destined or fated events. Whoa, Strength card. All right. With the Strength card, you have been put in situations, right, and circumstances having to deal with certain people or certain notions or ideas, or like I said, situations. This could be jobs, this could be weather, this could be politics upheaval, whatever it is. You have been put through sort of like a fight ring, right, of the universe in order to teach you some lessons about strength. And that means you have been put in certain specific situations in order for you to learn lessons related to mastering your strength, your inner strength, developing your cunning, right? Like, not specifically like emotionally manipulating people, but knowing that sometimes with your sensitivities, you can conquer the bigger beast. There's no need for physical force, and there's no need for, exerting your physical power or your financial power, whatever. Sometimes, certain situations require certain tact to win them and to handle them. And so you have been put in enough situations so far in order for you to develop that tact, that really like very sensitive strength that can conquer anything. And I love it. Very, very nice. Now let's see how is your destined energy, developing. This could also be talking about you having to deal with authority figures, with hierarchy, with people who have power and money, and all of that. That was like literally to help you cultivate your current strength. Does not kill you, make you stronger. You see, there's like metamorphosis with the butterflies too. So let's see how is all of that is developing. And it is all developing into currently the Five of Cups in reverse. I love that you got it in reverse. When it is not in reverse, it talks about disappointment, right? Things breaking around you that you did not expect, and there's that feeling of, everything's disappointing you. The fact that you got it reverse, I love it, because that means that, that energy of immense internal strength that you cultivated has allowed you to transform currently in the current moment, in the present, for you to either avoid disappointments or not to already learned like not to put too much expectations on something. So in order for it not to disappoint you, you have cultivated a healthy level of detachment too, which is necessary for you to lead a life that doesn't have a lot of disappointments. You also learned not like for disappointments not to leave a bigger imprint on you, like they don't get to you as much, right? You see them as minuscule in the big picture, and you don't give them the time of day. I also feel that you also learn that some of the disappointments are hidden opportunities, so you learn not to judge them at face value and look for solutions. Look for how can we turn this into a teachable moment, or turn it into an opportunity, or transmute it into something else to get closer with someone or whatever, instead of just being all up in our feelings and reacting. You learned to act and be calm and seize the moment. Very nice. But since this is the current energy, this is also telling me that there's going to be enough decisions, enough situations to sort of test you, teach you, whatever. Things are not going to be smooth. This is like total chaos and retrograde energy, but that you're learning how to deal with. And you're learning to exist within the chaos, like I said, to still manage to live to be in that idyllic state, regardless of what reality for other people is. Like whatever your situation is, maybe it's perceived by other people that it's, let's say, mayhem. This is how you're seeing it, but this is not denial, because this is how you're feeling. This is how it's giving you a lot of like great, good feelings. Now let's look at the future and see where's your destiny headed. What are the upcoming lessons destiny-wise? And it is number 20. It's time, space. Nice. So number 20, time, space. Yeah, I think like the next lessons are going to feel a little bit more metaphysical and spiritual. I think like once you graduate, you already graduated from the past and you're graduating from this destined moment in the current present. So in the future, I feel you're going to be put in situations or circumstances, or have downloads, or having to, witness things, or live things, or read things, or whatever it is. You're going to be exposed to an energy that will allow you to transcend a little bit than where you're currently at. This is showing, like, to see your scale in the universe, but to see really the bigger picture, to be more enlightened, empowered. So all of these are like empowering situations, enlightening energies, looking at bigger things, getting closer to God, reaching higher, embracing more your ninth house inclinations, which is like higher learning, philosophy, having a notion of how time and space are interconnected and interrelated. This is the relativity theory. This is parallel worlds. This is past, present, future. This is looking at time different than looking at it in a linear sense, knowing that there might be doorways, like I said, parallel universes, looking at the Big Bang Theory, looking at the universe, looking at the astrology and astronomy, and yeah, seeing how everything is connected. And this is literally like leveling up on an amazing level. And like, I'm so excited for you, Saggies, and for myself to be experiencing all these situations that in the future will help us elevate to that level. Like, this is literally like guru level, right? Very nice. Okay, beautiful. Now, we're gonna use the Rider-Waite tarot deck in order for us to look at, the love energy. This is how you deal with people and what you give to people when it comes to emotions, and how you receive from them emotionally and what they make you feel. This is between you and your lover or lovers. This is between you and your family, between you and your kids, between you and your friends, between you and your acquaintances, between you and your public or fandom base. This is between you and your coworkers, your employees, anything, your boss, right? This is your relationships. Now let's see where you were, in which energy you were experiencing all of that. Great. So in the past, you are coming out right now of an energy of Queen of Wands. And this is like a very nurturing energy, energetically though. Meaning you showed others the light, and you were the light. Look at the Queen of Wands, which represents, right, energy and fire. This is fire signs, and she's holding the sunflower, and sunflower always like follow the light of the sun, and the sun is energy and love and light, and so she always follows the light. And you have been a light for so many people during their dark nights of the souls. You have always been like a positive source for them. You're always like, bubbly and full of love and full of optimism and full of light. And you've been really a guiding light for all these ships in your life that we're going to call like relationships. And that is nice, because literally you're coming out from a very like, I love that energy for you in your love department. Literally, you've also been like, embracing your sexuality and being all that, and your true and authentic self. And you've also, if this is talking also about, in your love life, right? Because that too, so you could also be maybe playing a role of a coach, whenever people confide in you regarding their relationships or their sexual life or whatever, you were able to guide them to the light and give them confidence. Because this is like not only you being confident, but also sharing that confidence and helping people get there. Okay. The black cat is mystery, so maybe they're sharing with you their secrets, and you make them feel better they feel they just feel energetically good around you. Just hanging out with you makes them feel recharged, something like that. So moving forward, we get Temperance, and this is the current energy right now. And with the Temperance here, this is saying all in moderation. You know, that's why I think you were having the Lovers card in reverse here, which was like division, right? And there was also the protective light that is surrounding your body, like we said, and all of that. And so the Temperance is your energy. It is Sagittarius in the tarot. And the fact that you got it smacked right in the current present in the love department tells me that you have been this guiding light for others rather than others being that for you. But at the same time, there's like only so much energy and sex and creative energy and all that, right? This is also creative energy. So maybe you've been doing creative favors for others, you know, beautifying their homes, designing their stuff, giving them advice, running their events, whatever it is. And so there's only so much that you can give before, you know, you need to recharge. And I think this is why you get also the moderation card, which is Temperance, because Temperance talks about moderation and also talks about you know, having the right juju, right? Like you are unique, you are irreplaceable in your love relationship. You can already see like you have this third eye chakra here that tells me that you're very intuitive. The fire symbol, which is represented by the triangle. You have these wings, red wings that we saw last time, like in the last reading, because today's wings are green, of the protective one. And you can see that you have one leg in the water, one leg on the ground, which tells me that you exist between dimensions. You know, refer to the previous reading of yesterday, talking about shifting dimensions. And so that means that people with you, when they hang with you, they feel transported as if they don't exist anymore, as if you're their escape, you know, and that's why they're really drawn to you, because you managed to create a world around you of energy that isn't like, does not belong nor here nor there. It's your world and only your world. And you're constantly adjusting, you know, pouring from one cup to the other, trying to get that exact state of transmutation. And you carry a lot of power. This is telling me though, like, just all in moderation, all in temperance. You know, you gotta mix the right ingredients. You cannot give too much, you cannot give too little. You know, it's a constant adjustment also when it comes to relationships. Like, throughout all your love relationships and all your dealings with people, it's a constant, you know, it's a constant learning curve, because you always gotta, you know, adjust the dose. Sometimes it gets too much, sometimes it gets too little, if that makes sense. And so let's see, you know, in the future, what is the energy that you should be cultivating, or that you will be cultivating when it comes to your love relationships. Whoa, you're heading towards the Tower moment. And maybe that's why, you know, Temperance showed up and all that moderation. I think with this card in your love relationship, I think you're heading towards cutting off some people. You know, there's like certain circumstances that are fated and that are boiling over, where, you know, sometimes need to be cut, some things need to be said. As I always refer in my readings, when I'm telling you that does not always mean that, let's say, you're gonna block, delete a friend, or you're gonna break up with a lover, or you're gonna stop talking to a family member. Sometimes this is, and most of the time, because as much as what I just described can be true, this is the extreme interpretation of anything. There's, you know, there's like so many levels in between. And so what sometimes might end up be doing is that maybe sometimes, you know, you just gotta set boundaries. There's like certain ways that need to end. Maybe someone is starting to taking you for granted. You need to remind them, like, don't take me for granted. Maybe someone's disrespect you once. You needed to, like, you know, put the line of what is acceptable and what is no longer acceptable. Maybe the dynamics between you and a friend need to change. Maybe, I don't know, maybe something was great, but all of a sudden they start showing up without calling. Let's say you need to remind them, like, no, you gotta call me before you show up. I'm just giving you so many mundane examples, but what I'm saying is, it doesn't always have to be like ending a relationship, right? But with the Tower here, it's like ending one aspect of it that is no longer sustainable, that is no longer suiting you, and that is no longer aligned with your current energy. But with the Tower, the way it happens is usually through an explosion. There's always like an explosive moment where, you know, just shit hits the fan and some things have to be said. As harsh as they may sound, they were needed. This is called tough love, right? Because a lot of your relationships need to be redefined when it comes to love, when it comes to friendship, when it comes to co-workers, also bosses, also clients maybe. Maybe they're, you know, you're giving them a lot more than what you're getting. So many things, so many layers, right? There's Tower moments upcoming when it comes to love, but it was necessary in the future. A lot of these relationships need to be defined. It could have gone smoother, yeah, but then again, that's destiny. Sometimes life just happens the way it does, and there's a reason for it. So go with it, right? You were trying to balance it all. Sometimes a lot of these structures of love needed to come down before rebuilding a healthy bridge and a healthy tower where you both can, you know, meet and celebrate your love. Now, we are moving to your thoughts and your mind and your brains, your beautiful brain, Saggies. I want to see what is going on when it comes to your thoughts and your brain. What are you coming out of right now? The past, what you have learned, how you have been acting up there. And it's fertility. So I think you already mastered being a creative person. You have been very fertile mind-wise. You have had a lot of great ideas, great thoughts. Your brain is flowing. You have been giving a lot, and maybe that's why eventually it was drained. Like I said, it's all starting to make more sense now. You have been very fertile when it comes to your brain power. And also, this is implicating that you already manifested a lot of things that you thought about. So maybe it's time to take stock in case you weren't grateful enough, or in case you didn't notice. It's a good idea to take stock of, read things that you wrote, reflect on what you were thinking, and see that a lot of what you have been thinking about, you actually manifested. So that's beautiful energy to come out with so far. Now let's see currently where your mind is at. Wow. See, I see you being cutthroat again. This came out in one of the readings before, in the also Dimensions one. So exactly, as much as you have been fertile, as much as you have laid out a lot of great ideas, as much as everything was going on up there, great. It is time for either coming out. Currently, you're either coming out with a new idea, right? It could be for work or for anything. This is also like a download, like a new belief or paradigm shift as well that rocks your world, and you need to, you know, think about things differently. This is a new perspective. This is the potential for a new way of approaching life mind-wise and thinking about things. Very, very beautiful. It was much needed, you know, like it was much needed. Let's see how you're in the future, like how is all of this evolving? Where will your mind be at? Wisdom. I love it. You got the wisdom card. You are heading towards being very, very, very wise. And the wisdom card shows up usually, like in this deck, it talks about whenever we do seek knowledge or wisdom, it sort of appears in front of us. So for me, this feels like maybe something that was locked away in your mind and that you forget about sort of resurfaces, like an old memory, right? If you're doing hypnosis or something, or you remember something that you totally forgot, or old ideas that all of a sudden are making an appearance, or deja vus, or repeated dreams, or also like downloaded wisdoms, like that just come out the second you need them. Like you didn't know, let's say you're looking for something in your mind and all of a sudden you get this and you're like, how come I just thought about this? Like, it's amazing. So this is also the universe's way, like showing you downloads from above and in the right moments that you need them. And I love it. If you notice, your mental energy is all upright. Your mental energy is all upright. Look, past, present, future, fertility, triumphant success, wisdom. It's amazing. Your also mental energy has the number 3 and 1 is 4, 4 and 5 is 9. It has the number 9. That means your brain is finally graduating and going into the 9th house again. So you're going from lower learning to higher learning and that's why you're heading destiny-wise to the time space. So this can tell me that you're either pursuing like something very spiritual, maybe becoming also like a psychologist, a therapist, a life coach, a tarot reader, a healer, entertainer, anything that has to do with like spirituality and the mind, because this is time space too in the destiny. So yeah, maybe you're opening a new school of thoughts, maybe you are just don't open a cult, right? Besides that, we're all good. But you can definitely be a cult leader here. Kidding. So yeah, it's amazing. Your mental power is amazing. Literally, fertility, new beginnings, wisdom downloads. Wow. Also, your love situation, by the way, and your love relationship, it's all upright too. You did not get any reversals with this, which is amazing, right? In the destiny too, the only reversal you got was the disappointment, which is a good thing for you to get it as a reversal. But the two major arcanas that you got, and these are major in destiny, destined card in the destiny part of this reading, strength and time space, were also not reversed. So, you know, all in all, like no complaints here at all. Now let's look at your wealth. I know a lot of you, this is a section that is of importance to a lot of you. This is talking about your coin, your incomes, your values, your property, your also abundance, your physical stuff, your foods, anything that's physical and tangible. And so let's see the past. You get the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is like celebration, like celebrating a union. So this is talking about maybe a recent partnership. Maybe you have a provider. Maybe you are supporting your spouse or they're supporting you. And this is talking about a previous partnership that maybe you found a new client that, you know, they became your account or something. You acquired an account. Maybe this is talking about a business partnership where you went with someone and partnered it up in a business. Whatever it is, this is talking about a celebration moment of building something together that will make sure, you know, because this is the marriage, so the kids didn't come yet, traditionally, like sometimes they come before or without it at all. But like just in this instance, for this analogy, you know, it's that part. So if you look at the egg here, the shape, the house where they will be living, and it represents fertility. I see you here like, you know, in the past, you joined forces, but you have yet to see the babies. All that's gonna come out of this, and that will make your wealth a lot better and become in a much more secure and stable part of the relationship. So that's already amazing, right? And it's upright as well. Now let's see now what you're dealing with when it comes to your wealth. And so let's see. You get the Ace of Wands, a new beginning. I love it. You had the Ace of Sword, which is triumphant and success in the area of your mind, which was like literally mind. So it's very synchro. Here you get the Ace of Wands, which is the energy and the baby. Look what we were just talking. Weren't we just talking about a baby? Like, come on. Like, how insane is this? All right. And this is talking about a new beginning energetically, though, because the Ace of Wands is creative energy, sexual energy. Hence, that's how the baby is conceived. And you know, there's the fire energy here. You can see from the wands. There's this metamorphosis and new life, birthing. And so there's a lot of abundance with this. I feel whatever partnership here you went into, wasn't just superficial. Like, it wasn't just about, we celebrated and we were anticipating and have all these expectations and yay. No, it's actually going to come up with a baby. This baby could be a new business idea that starts to, bring in a lot of dough. This baby could be a new way of conducting your businesses that's gonna change your way. Let's say you're both freelancers and suddenly, like, you know better how to collect payments, or you're gonna work on your pricing strategy, on your business development, or whatever it is, right? This could also be promotions in the job, like having the promotion, a new responsibility, a new post. Maybe this is receiving anything. This is like literally potential. But just like the baby, remember with the Ace of Wands that this is the potential. This baby can grow up and be nasty as fuck. So remember, like, there's a lot of work to be done later on, right, in the wealth department. But this is already very promising. The fact that you had the right and partnership, and it was glorious, and the fact that it holds potential and it has this baby already. Now, what you're gonna do with this baby in your hand? Are you gonna let it die, or are you gonna, nurture it to become this amazing, like, golden goose that just lays golden eggs, right? Very, very nice. Let's see, what is the future hiding for you when it comes to your wealth? How is all of this energy developing into? Let us see. I love it. 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands. Whoa. 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands talks about partnership. And so I feel that in the future, you're gonna learn that it's gonna take a village. Not like a whole village, but like you two together, right? With this baby, it's no longer enough. And so you need to expand your operations. So whether this is talking about like working with people, with suppliers, or subcontracting with people, like, without hiring them, or with this, if this is a company, like hiring new staff, whether this is anything, this is really talking about, bringing like someone third into the business. Second of all, this is the 3 of Wands, and the 3 of Wands talks about planning, planning, like the ships are starting to come in, they say. And so planning overseas, and you feel like in this illustration, like her tummy, right? This is a lot of talk about like pregnancy. Her tummy is like, she still has this connection to the energy of the earth and still is feeding from it and is being, fed with all of this. And the moon is also like, it's caring for her. And so with this illustration here, this is what's telling me is like also your ships are coming in soon, in the future. And this is telling me that this business or whatever it is going from a 1 Ace of Wands to a 3 of Wands, and it is really going to bring you a lot of money. You just cannot see it now because you're just busy here. Your head is still in the celebration, in the wedding, and you're barely noticing the child that just came out, right? You're gonna notice it though. It's gonna start to be demanding, and yeah, you're nurtured. When it comes to your wealth, all I can tell you is that the 3 of Wands is literally like when you decided before you put your what do you call it? Like put your foot in everything. And if you notice, what's funny is you all got wands. It's all fire, and it's literally like 1 of Wands, right? The 2 is missing, then you get 3 of Wands, and if you go back to the past, it's the 4 of Wands. So it's sort of like the reverse. Usually, like, this card would have been the next trajectory. Usually, like, after you meet and you do this. It was already accomplished in the past, which is telling me that the next logical step from out of all of this is throughout the later part of the Wands. And this is amazing. You got a lot of fire energy. Your wealth is going to be lit. Now, finally, we're gonna look at your energy and your health and your sexuality and your body and your food, everything. Hey, let's do it. So, where was your energy before all of this? It was the Queen of Earth. So, you are already coming, when it comes to your health or queen of, or energy, you are coming from a space where you were well taken care of in the past. The Queen of Earth is either you being taken care of someone or someone's taking care of you. But it's, you know, being well fed and well effed and well, all of that. And so I think you're already coming, when it comes to your energy, like you were very nurtured in a physical way, right? So let's say with the Queen of Earth here, you were nourished. Maybe even if you got sick, someone took care of you and played mother, because the Queen of Earth is like someone playing mother whenever you get sick, or you playing mother with someone else. That means they bring you the juice, they bring you the drugs, they check up on you, they take up your temperature, they give you the tests, they bring you foods, comfort food, they care for you, they call you often, they visit you, they're there, you know, all of these energy. So you were well taken care of, regardless if you were sick or not, whatever. Also, when it comes to your health, that means also you were taking care of it. So that probably means that you were going to the gym, or you're doing your walks, or you're eating right, or whatever it is. It's a good energy. It's a really good energy for whoever is resonating that with. Now let's see where your energy and health is currently at. It is the Three of Fire, sorry. And that's the Three of Wands right here. But this time it's talking about energy and health. And so I think your body is going through, you're preparing your body to go through a voyage, because the Three of Fire is like you planning a trip, right? And so when it comes to your energy, first of all, this says that maybe because fires is also like traveling, so maybe this is talking about you planning an actual trip, like planning a trip or traveling. And it's gonna do wonders for your soul and for your energy level. And if you were blocked, you're gonna be inspired again, and all of that. Also, the Three of Fire here talks about maybe you're planning for major change in the way you eat or in the way you train. So maybe you're changing your gym, changing your PT, or acquiring or going to the gym finally, or finally hiring a PT, or hiring a nutritionist, or changing the way you eat, or reading about sex, or like having better sexual practices, or having a creative class, or reading about something, or learning tutorials to follow up with all the latest AI trends and technology, whatever it is, right? There's like this anticipation and preparing and learning for the new. And there's a craving of that, and I love it, because Sagittarius thrive on like learning. And so let's see what is next in the future when it comes to your energy and health. The Chariot. The Chariot is like destiny. And so it's leaving the comfort zone and going somewhere else, and leaving the castle. And the fact that you got it in the energy and the health, first and foremost, tells me that you're really heading to a voyage. With the Three of Fire here, like an actual planning, an actual trip, and Chariot actually going on a trip that is destined and leaving a comfort zone. There's a lot of motion when it comes to your energy and health. How does that translate? That means you might be here and you're gonna get there, right? So let's say if you're doing weight loss, you're gonna reach an unprecedented weight loss. If you were trying to sculpt your body and do bodybuilding and do all of that, you're gonna achieve the body of your dreams, right? Or at least part of it. If this is like you trying to learn creative things, you're gonna go on a learning journey where you're gonna take a class, a workshop, something, and that is really going to, you know, it's gonna put you out there and take you somewhere else. Remember, with the Chariot, you're leaving a comfort zone. So whatever that means, this might not be the most comfortable thing at all. Sometimes like change can be a little bit awkward, it can be a little bit inconvenient, all of that, but you're heading there. Again, if you notice, you did not get any reversals, guys. Like, how sick is this? How sick is this? The only reversal you got was in the destiny, and it was the disappointment card. And it was, you know, who wants disappointment like that? Like, that's actually a good thing. In your destiny, you got strength and time space upright. In your love, you got Queen of Wands, Temperance, and the Tower upright. In your thoughts and mind, you got fertility, triumph, triumphant success and wisdom upright. In your wealth, you got 4 of Wands upright, Ace of Wands upright, 3 of Wands upright, and in your energy and health, you get Queen of Earth upright, 3 Fire upright, and Chariot upright. And this is all screaming Chariot. That means your life on all levels, destiny, love, thoughts, minds, wealth, energy, and health, it is all going forward. There is an amazing, amazing, amazing motion forward. Literally, this spring is going to feel like you're a bud that is blooming after all that hibernation, but it's going to translate that literally in your life. It's going to feel like every sense of your being is waking up. Your soul is waking up. Your body is waking up. Your wealth is waking up. Your love is waking up. Your mind is opening up and waking up. Destiny and life is opening its arms to welcome you. This is amazing, 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 amazing. I have never seen this so far with so many cards as well. Literally, you know how like there's like a lot of these like clickbait videos on YouTube. I have never seen this. This is the first time I've seen this. Oh my God, Sagittarius. No, this time it's literally, and I'm not gonna put it in the title. I'm gonna wait for you to like watch it in the video. But this is literally like amazing, amazeballs. Wow, wow, wow. Now that we're at minute 51, I gotta wrap this up. Readings lately are been taking a long time, but I'm inclined to do these particular spreads, right? Like maybe some other times I'll be inclined to do shorter spreads, but I don't know. I just feel inclined to do this. And so that means you must, you know, you're supposed to hear this. So thank you for being with me till the end and watching all of this. Thank you for your likes. They make me feel appreciated and loved. So thank you. Thank you for all your comments. They help me bond and communicate with you. Thank you for sharing my video by clicking the share button. Thank you for all my current subscribers. And if you are watching this video and did not subscribe yet, please stop being part of my future. Click the subscribe button and become part of my present. I would appreciate it. Thanks for all the love. Stay blessed, aligned, and connected. And until next time, I love you.